What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Dima, Hitchcock music. Well, guys, today we're talking about the Adam 22 interview, or at least a part of the interview, with a young lady by the name of Weezy. Okay, now Weezy is someone I've seen on his show before or on some other podcast. I think she's a young lady. I think the podcast that I saw her with, she had slept with like a lot of guys or something like that. I don't know if it's her, but she's on this show and he's talking about how, he had Kevin Samuels on to the interview. Now, before Adam 22 sent the invite, phone ringing sound, Dima. Kevin Samuels called me and he asked me, what did I think about him going to Adam 22? And of course, as a huge opportunity, I said, yeah, bro, you should definitely go because you're gonna kill it. That's exactly what he did. He went from Adam 22, then he went to Joe Budden, he went to Tasha K, then he went to Vlad TV. I mean, he's made his rounds, right? And a lot of times when Kevin Samuels makes his rounds, people always talk about the either his sexuality are the viral clips, and the viral clips are always brought up more so than anything. You're average at best. You told a chick that she looks like a linebacker, and all of this, right? So the young lady Weezy says that she doesn't like Kevin Samuels. He's an asshole, and well, then Adam asks her, well, why? Why do you think that way? He goes, because he's building a brand that trashes black women. And then Adam 22 says, well, don't you think that they, the women that call into the show, don't you believe that they deserve it? And to be honest, it's not just black women who call into the show. There's viral clips of him telling us to Canadian women, but the majority is black women. So don't you believe they deserve what he's giving them? Okay. And, he talks about, well, she says, well, he's talking about how big they are, what they look like, and all of that. And Adam 22 points out a very important point. He goes, these women are being raised to not know what the hell is going on in the world. Give him a round of applause. What does Adam 22 mean by that? Can I get a dun 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 sound effect, Dima? He means that these women are being raised to be entitled, to believe that they don't need to offer a lot to a man, but expect everything. This is not just a complaint from men in the Western world. In my opinion, this is the same, or if not worse, on the continent of Africa. Like, people think that, where there's poverty, you're gonna have people that are more agreeable. No, this is just as bad everywhere I've been, okay? And the reality is that women are being raised to not value it, just, bring my booty or whatever I have to the table, and that's all that I need to give a man, and I expect everything, even if I don't positively contribute to a man's life. He should compete for me, even if I have little to nothing to offer, right? And if anybody knows that, I'm pretty sure Adam 22 does, okay? So she goes, well, he's telling women that they're fat. She goes back to the fat thing. They're built like a linebacker. And Adam 22 points out, well, these are the women who are the most entitled. If you're a lady and you're around 300 pounds and you're going around telling guys, I won't date you because you're broke. I won't date you because you don't make enough money. You don't have this and that. I expect a man that, that makes $1 million a year. Well, if you live in LA, if you live in London, if you live in Atlanta, just look at the guys who make that kind of money and look at the kind of women that they're with. I'm just kind of expounding on what he's saying, right? That's just not the kind of world that we live in. All right. A lot of women have standards for a world that they don't live in. It's not the reality of the world. Usually 99.99% of the time, you're not going to get that. Okay. You're not going to get that. It's not going to happen. Well, once he pulls that out, Weezy says, well, Kevin Samuels, like, how is he going to be able to say it about women when look at him? He's not even, what he's asking for, which lets you know where the intelligence level is, because stop the show. Weezy, let's just be honest, okay? Kevin Samuels makes more money in 1 month, I'm pretty sure, than you've seen in 2 years. I'm quite positive of that. All right. So if it's about making money or high value, and even Adam 22 talks about the young lady that Kevin Samuels brought into the podcast studio. I've seen her. The lady is gorgeous. She is beyond beautiful. Okay. And Kevin's in his mid 50s. The lady is like 25 or 26. When I'm telling you the lady is exceptionally gorgeous, and you know me, I'm kind of hard on women's looks. That is exactly what she is. Okay? She's better looking than even Weezy herself, and Weezy's a good looking woman. But you're trying to change the arguments around so that, you can attack, him, or, she didn't go after sexuality that I heard, but they'll go after that. But the reality is, whether he dated a good looking woman or not, which he does, and Adam 22 mentions the fact that Kevin Samuels is a very well dressed man, which we all know that he is. He's always been that. It doesn't negate the fact that what he's calling out is the ridiculous entitlement that men all across the world are seeing. And Adam 22 is, obviously he's involved in the hip hop community, but he sees it. He doesn't make topics about that. He sees it. Okay. Now he probably wouldn't be able to listen to, these women's bad experiences as far as dating, because he said he doesn't have time for that. But every guy sees it. White men see this. Okay. Listen to Kevin Samuels and yeah, that's true. Asian men see this. Okay. Guys in Africa, stop the show. I know guys in Uganda who listen to Kevin Samuels. And do you know that in Uganda and Nigeria, what Kevin Samuels says hits more home there than even in America? I'm telling you, I feel, and I know American women are entitled, for sure. In Africa, you will even feel this 300% more. Women who feel that they deserve everything, and they're not even trying to do anything for a man. Not even trying to be beautiful. Not even trying to be submissive. I'm not saying this is all Africa, but you do see it. You do see it a lot. Now, the thing about it is this. What are women willing to do for a man's provision? Okay? That's the reality. If you tell women that you're out of shape, but then Adam 22 brought up a good point. Well, if a man is fat, there are people lined up telling him what he is. He ain't this, he ain't that. Okay? The bottom line comes down to this. What are women doing? What are willing women to do to take the provision of the man that they want? You want this kind of man? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to be in shape? Are you willing to work out? Are you willing to put effort into the relationship with the man that you want? The answer is usually no. They want that, but they don't want, they're window shopping. Window shopping men. Okay? They'll say all they want, but they can't afford it. And they don't want to put in the effort to get it. And Adam 22 is right and Weezy is wrong. And she just reminds a lot of guys of why the dating market is so bad and why guys are getting married less, why guys are not taking women as serious as they did before. Because what are men getting from it? You're talking to a group of women who don't feel that they need to do anything. That's why these guys are pissed off. But what do you think, guys? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment in the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. Peace.